As I've said before, just because we put a name on something doesn't mean we actually know what it is. In the Bible, we are told about demons and angels. Now, nowadays, if someone says something about demons, the first thing that comes to your head is some kind of monster with horns or some kind of creature, something like that. But the examples we give of demons in the Bible are almost always some kind of person that has what it looks to us to be a mental disorder, or somebody who's crazy, or somebody that is just, tearing up things and doesn't have control of their own mind. But then we put our new label of demons on it, and then we automatically think that demons don't exist. It's the same thing with angels. Whenever we think of angels, we think of celestial beings with wings coming down, glowing, and all this type of things. But then when we get, the picture of angels in the Bible, angels are always just regular people, and the people around didn't even notice who the angels were. And the Bible even tells us that you could be talking to an angel and not even be aware of it. So I think it's important that we understand that just because we get a hold of a word and change it doesn't mean that the Bible wasn't true with the things it talks about. Also, the Bible talks about dragons. And once again, when we think about dragons, we think about fire-breathing dragons with wings. But the dragons in the Bible seem to be more like what is told to us to be dinosaurs. We're told in Job that the behemoth is a large reptile that eats grass like an ox and has a tail like a cedar tree. And I believe this is what the Bible was talking about when they speak on dragons. So it's important that we keep a grip of the meaning of these words and not let them change with the times. So when the Bible is talking about demons, they're not talking about some kind of creature that you see with your eyes. But as the Bible also tells us, that our enemy is not flesh and blood, but it's spiritual matters. And the spiritual principles are our true enemy. So how would you know, how can you identify a demon in your life, a demon that is possessed you or that is influencing you in your life? Well, I'll tell you one of the qualities of a demon, and that is them being very desperate. You see, Satan already knows that he's lost. There's no way for him to win. He knows that he's going to hell. He's going to be cast into the lake of fire. So him knowing this will give him the mentality of a desperate person. And he will make a person that he is influencing or who he has taken over and possessed, he will give them this same mentality of being desperate. So, if you ever, watch the boxing match and you see somebody who's already lost and they know they've lost and maybe there's a little time left, a lot of times what you'll see is them getting desperate. They'll start throwing cheap shots and doing anything, knowing they're not going to win. They just want to hurt the person as much as they can before the fight is over. And this is what Satan will do. So an important thing to look out for is this desperate mind state. And two ways it can manifest in your life is, one way it can manifest is by you wanting to always maybe get drunk or get high or just get messed up, thinking, look, hey man, tomorrow's not promised. I want to get as messed up as possible as many times as I can while I'm young and just have as much fun as I want. Satan's always trying to find a time to take you out. The Bible tells us to be sober and to be, vigilant. We have to be sober-minded because our enemy, Satan, is always roaming around like a roaring lion, trying to see who he can kill. And this is why he came, to kill, steal, and destroy. So if you're not in your right mind, you never know what can happen. God has hedges of protection around you if you're alive right now, because anyone could be dead. I could be dead. But it's very important that we stay sober and we stay in our right mind at all times, because life is always throwing curveballs our way. So Satan and his henchmen, his devils, will be trying to have you with a mind state of, look, have as much fun as you can for as long as you can and stay out of your right mind. And this is what he wants you to do. Another way that a demon will enter you and give you this feeling of this desperate feeling is by making you think that you need to have a certain amount of money, or you have to work and work and work and have some kind of large amount of money right now. He makes you think that you don't have enough, that you always don't have enough, because he wants you to focus on the things that aren't really important. He wants you to focus on the things that are actually going to just waste your time. Because, the fact is, no matter what you get, these things are perishing. This world is perishing. And the Bible tells us that we are to work. But when you have this desperate feeling of working out of fear out of this fear of losing, this fear of thinking that you won't have somewhere to eat or you won't have somewhere to stay, when you have this kind of fear and you're working out of that, it will start to consume all of your time and all of your thought process. So not only will you be stressed while you're at work, you'll be stressed when you're not at work. You won't learn how to start seeking God and think about the things that are really important, thinking about your eternity, because this is what Satan doesn't want you thinking about. He wants you with his nose down grind for the rest of your life until you're finally on your deathbed looking back and saying, wow, none of that stuff was important. Now, right before I'm dying, I'm thinking about what's really important, and it may be too late for you. So it's very important that we focus on what's important, and that is Jesus Christ, and getting to know him and building a relationship with him. The Bible tells us that, once we build a relationship with him and we keep our mind on these heavenly things, that all these other things will fall into place also. Because we understand that God is in control. With him being in control and us living pleasing to him, he will make sure that we're okay in this life. He'll make sure that we're okay until it's time for us to go. So it's not promising us any kind of riches or anything like that. But one of the biggest blessings about coming to God is you stop caring about these riches. And that's one of the things that I'm, most thankful for. I just remember how depressing it used to be, always, looking at the stars on TV and wanting what they had, the mansions and the fancy cars and all that stuff, and just how depressing that life is. So one of the best things that I've been given is the ability to not care about those things and care about the things that are more important, my character and my godly knowledge and my relationships with other people and bringing other people to Christ. So building my knowledge and godly things and building my relationship with God is the most important thing to me, and it can't be taken no matter what. So this is very important, and once we realize this, we can get rid of these demons that are so desperate to rush us to the grave, because they already know that's where they have to go. So remember this. Keep your eye on your mood swings. Keep your eye on this desperate mentality that will be coming in and out of our life. Even as a believer, there will be times where you feel like you're just desperate to, I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out. I want to start, having fun and getting into these parties. Or I don't want to miss out. I got to get more money and I got to get it faster. So we have to stay away from this and remember that God is going to take care of us. He loves us, and sometimes taking care of us is making us go without for a little while, because this is a strengthening process. Something to think about.
Do take good care of yourself.